Shauna. As you know, notary signing agents have special requirements when carrying out their assignments as a loan signing agent because of all the sensitive or valuable information. Valuable is a weird word to use, but yes, valuable, because you can really mess up somebody's life with the information you have access to. So that's the reason I say valuable, but sensitive is the better term. The fact of the matter is you have to take special precautions because of the line of work you're in. You're dealing with paperwork that you actually have to print off and transport to one location, get signatures, and then transport to another location. And what you may or may not know is that this makes this whole process of us moving these sensitive documents actually makes lenders very nervous, and not always in the way you think, as I said before, because you're dealing with a lot of personal and financial information from these borrowers or about these borrowers. Along with the general safety measures you take as a loan signing agent, there are these ones that you should really follow, because I know there are some people who don't even think this way or might not even thought it was that big of a deal, but it is seriously that big of a deal. Not only would you be liable if something went wrong with these documents, but also the lender would be liable, and the borrower will be getting everybody's money, and we don't want that. So these things, I want you to keep this in mind when doing your assignment. Always keep the loan documents in your possession from the time you go to the signer to the time you bring the documents back to the lender. I know what you're thinking, oh duh, keep it in your possession. No, what I mean is, don't be like, get the documents and then on the way home you're like, you know what, my mom was making some spaghetti, I must drop by her house real quick, get some spaghetti, I'm gonna leave the documents in the car, or I'm gonna run over here real quick and oh, they should be good. No, take them to where you go, because that's all you need is them to come up missing. The stories has happened. The stories have happened. People break into people's cars, grab the bag because they think, oh, it's a purse full of, you know, money and credit cards, but really it's a notary signing bag full of loan documents, social security numbers, birthdays, IDs, and such. So make sure when you have those documents, take them where they need to be. Don't play games. Another one, this should be like self-explanatory, or maybe people who don't realize, like, oh, maybe I can get by doing it this way until I can afford my own computer and printer. Do not use public computers and public printers. It is not a safe thing to do. I know what you're thinking. It's like, ooh, maybe I could go to the public library and print off my loan documents from there. And don't do it, because those documents get downloaded to that computer. Those documents get printed on. What you don't know is, if you might not know this, there are some printers out there where you can literally go to a printer, press the button, print last document. Literally, you can print out your document, walk away and be like, cool, I got the loan packet. And if someone right behind you can go behind you and press print last document. There are computers like that. There are printers like that. You don't want that smoke. You don't. If you were to do this, don't do it, but I do know there are people who like go to like Staples or whatever and like to scan their document. You better make sure you delete anything you scan on that computer, like for real. Another thing is, do not leave the documents outside. I know you're like, what you mean, duh, girl, don't leave them outside. No, there are some times where the lender will have someone or a carrier. This don't happen all the time, and it doesn't happen everywhere. It's only certain places, certain services do that. They will literally have a carrier come pick up the documents from you. And I know during these you know, pandemic-y times, people don't want people in the house, so you're like, oh, you send them a message, okay, I'll leave the documents at the doorstep. You say this to the carrier, because you better not say that to the service, because they'll never use you again. You gonna leave sensitive documents outside, and you'll be like, hey, I'm gonna leave you'll call the pickup guy or text it, I'm gonna leave it outside, that way you don't have to come in my house. And don't you do that. Don't do that. Self-explanatory. Why? Come on now. And then when it's time to like take your documents off to like FedEx or UPS to ship them out, don't just be like, oh, I'm here to ship this out, and you leave it at the drop-off section for them ship out, or say you already put all your post-its on there or whatever, you leave it at the drop-off section. No, don't do none of that. Hand it to the actual guy. Make sure you get an actual receipt. Make sure that receipt has an actual tracking number on it. Don't just leave it on the counter and think, oh, they'll get it. Or don't be like, oh, we'll get to you, ma'am. Just, you can sit it right there. Wait for the guy. You're like, I can wait. And when it comes to FedEx, I think I mentioned this last video, when it comes to FedEx or UPS, don't ever just like take your packet and put it in the Dropbox. Don't do that. You want to make sure they actually pick it up. And here's the thing about that too, because these loan documents are so sensitive, it makes, like I said, it makes the lenders nervous. That's why they always want you to send it off right away. They expedite or express the shipping and all that stuff. They want sometimes even overnight it or next day mail it. So when you put it in the Dropbox, for all you know, the mail has already been picked up for the Dropbox for that day, and then next thing you know, the loan documents are late, and then they're calling you, hey, where they are. They were supposed to be here this morning, or we expected them this afternoon, they're not here. Because you don't know if you put in a Dropbox if they even picked it up today, if the time schedule was off on that day and they didn't pick it up that day or the next day. Just drive it to the actual store and hand it to an actual live person. That way you know the handoff was successful. And the reason why I say all this is because during these pandemic-y times, for some reason, identity theft has like gone through the roof, and that's all somebody needs to steal somebody. One of these packets, they could steal somebody's identity like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and during these times, people have been stealing people's identity left and right. Matter of fact, I want to do a video about how to protect yourself from identity theft. It's super easy. I don't know why people ain't done it yet, but yeah, that's it for this video. I'll do that video another time, but thank you for watching.